I don't like the word immigrant. It just sounds so bad to me. I think community is a better word.
They are part of the community for however long they are here, no matter their history. It's who they are and what they can bring, and we should celebrate that diversity.
Una volta era un bisogno finanziario, oggi è un bisogno di cultura.
In the United Kingdom, the Italian community seamlessly weaves through the fabric of British life. From vibrant neighbourhood to culinary traditions, the influence of Italy is deeply embedded in the everyday culture.
Having our European friends gave us strength, gave us the ability to deal with trade and in a more effective way.
From food to arts, from daily work to key industries, the Italian presence has helped shape the nation that many Italians have chosen as their home. But, like a reflection in a mirror, cultures intertwine, blend, and influence each other, even altering the British perception of Italians.
Mi chiedono sempre, tu sei italiano o sei inglese? Io dico, questo è inglese, questo è italiano.
I make pasta surprise on Saturdays, and sometimes that varies for, you get red peppers in it or onions and various other ingredients, and every week something different will be in their pasta surprise, and that's why I call it pasta surprise. So when I go to Italian restaurants, I always go for my favourite, which is lasagna, bruschetta, tiramisu, and ice cream. It's just, the Italian ice cream is the best in the world.
My father was Italian, and I actually began school in Rome. But when I was 5, we moved back to America, so that ended my formal Italian education. However, as anybody would, I have kept up my Italian and also went on to do postgraduate Latin. So I am very good at reading Italian, fairly good at listening to it, but absolutely terrible. My accent is stuck in Rome circa 1963.
Over the years, Italian immigration to the UK has undergone significant transformations, reflecting an increasingly rich landscape of stories, traditions, and contributions to society.
Well, the impact of Italian immigrants in the UK cannot be underestimated. These families that came to Manchester in the Victorian era played a pivotal role in shaping ice cream culture, not only in our city, but across the UK. They shared the tastes and traditions of Italy in Manchester. To this day, we see the continued positive impact of Italian culture in Manchester, including various festivals that are a prominent part of the city's event calendar and a hugely successful hospitality sector, from delis and cafes to some of the city's top restaurants. The Italo impact on Manchester has been an important part of the city's success.
Noi siamo venuti qui per il lavoro. Tutti gli italiani pensavano che dopo di pochi anni si facevano i soldi e tornavano in Italia. Poi che succede? Che si sposano, hanno i figli, i nonni, ci sono i nonni, non lasciano mai i nipoti. Qualche famiglia se ne è rientrata in Italia, ma si è trovato male. Adesso non c'è questa immigrazione per venire a lavorare, vengono a lavorare perché vogliono imparare l'inglese. Non è più voglio andare a lavorare per guadagnarmi i soldi. È solo la maggioranza è una questione di vado a lavorare perché per me è importante imparare l'inglese.
Through work, art and everyday life, Italians in the UK have woven a network of relationships and influences that enrich every aspect of life in the country, demonstrating that diversity is not just a value, but a real opportunity for growth and innovation for all, till reaching also iconic roles in the British society.
Io sono arrivato in Inghilterra il 2 giugno 1953, se non mi sbaglio era la coronazione, il giorno della coronazione della regina Elizabeth. Infatti quando ho avuto l'onore di conoscerla abbiamo chiacchierato un po' intorno a questa cosa. Io sono andato alla scuola inglese a 4 anni, finito le scuole a 16 poi sono andata al collegio a fare il diploma, poi eventualmente sono andata a Loughborough University a fare il Masters e diciamo, io ho avuto 4, 5, 6 business, ho fatto 25 anni nella sanità e 6 anni come leader del comune di Peterborough. E vivere da immigranti italiani era difficile, non facile, era difficilissimo. Prima di tutto non si parlava la lingua, 2 ci odiavano e io mi ricordo che io dal cancello dove si entrava alla scuola finché arrivavo proprio alla scuola, la mattina erano sempre botte, sempre, tutti i giorni. E poi ci sono state delle cose molto molto cattive nei nostri confronti in quegli anni. Per esempio io ho passato l'esame per andare al grammar school, dice in inglese. Il direttore di scuola chiama mia mamma, papà, e ci dice a mamma e papà che è meglio non dare il posto a me perché sarebbe meglio usato da un ragazzo inglese. Immagina se una scuola facesse una cosa così oggi.
A cultural diversity that today represents one of the greatest strengths of British society.
I don't like the word immigrant. It just sounds so bad to me. I think community is a better word. Within the UK, there was obviously a large migration following the Second World War, where there was an early integration with new communities. And therefore, Britain's always been one step ahead in terms of recognizing the diversity and the challenges that come with that diversity, and the fact that you have different ethnicities, British obviously by birth now. The strength lies in recognizing it, understanding it, and working collectively. And that in itself has provided, I don't want to use the word platform, but it certainly is easier for newer communities to come into because we already have diversity and, as you say, a multicultural society.
When it comes to talk about the Italian community, it's important to recognise that it doesn't only include those born in Italy. We must also consider new citizens of Italian descent who were born in other countries, have Italian roots, or have passed through Italy before settling in the UK.
Have integrated very well because this is a place which meets their requirements and demands, and as a local representative, as a councillor, I've been able to engage with them and understand some of the issues that they face, and so there are some challenges that we need to address, but it's a fantastic community, and it's a pleasure to be a vocal representative for them.
Italians in the UK face complex challenges stemming from a mix of new regulations, language barriers and cultural differences.
Le sfide maggiori che le imprese italiane hanno dovuto affrontare negli ultimi anni qua in UK credo che siano principalmente legate alla Brexit, perché sono cambiate diverse leggi, diverse regole e questo però poi coincide con un periodo particolarmente nefasto per questa patria, perché comunque sono cambiati 5 primi ministri in 4 anni, quindi c'è un'instabilità politica che si sente, si percepisce, e questo non porta, diciamo, bene, è un problema oggettivo, sommato poi alle varie guerre nel mondo, sommato a questa instabilità, l'inflazione, l'incertezza.
La sfida più grande per gli italiani adesso in Inghilterra è che non possono venire per le ferie, per una settimana, 2 settimane, possono anche venire a studiare, però non possono venire a prendere la residenza se non hanno una qualifica particolare nel lavoro. E perciò non è come una volta che venivano 4 milioni di italiani venivano ogni anno a imparare l'inglese. Adesso se li lamentano anche tutti gli alberghieri, i ristoranti a Londra perché non riescono a trovare ragazzi per lavorare.
Post-Brexit in Glasgow, anecdotally we've heard that a lot of Italian students are no longer coming here when there used to be free movement for every country in Europe to come here and study and work and study. And that the knock-on effect of that is that the young people who are not coming now, they're not working in the hospitality because the jobs are there, but they're not here. So at Brexit, it's actually been a disaster for Glasgow and for Scotland.
Adapting to such a rapidly changing environment requires not only resilience, but also the ability to navigate through a system that, now more than ever, shows little leniency towards immigrants.
Il settore dell'innovazione italiano in UK secondo me incomincia ad avere una buona presenza, perché UK comunque sta diventando un po' la nuova Silicon Valley, o quantomeno la Silicon Valley europea, quindi c'è un grandissimo interesse per le start-up e soprattutto le start-up di innovazione, quindi credo che ci sia una discreta presenza già italiana, ma che nei prossimi anni tenderà a crescere in maniera importante.
In this scenario, the Italian community strives to maintain its identity while facing the growing challenges posed by a fast-evolving environment.
Manchester and Italy have a long and proud connection, and the Italians have made significant impact in this city since Victorian times. Every July, the Lord Mayor takes part in the Madonna del Rosario procession. It's a proud celebration of Italian customs in Manchester.
It's my pleasure every month in this mansion house to conduct a citizenship ceremony. And almost every time there will be Italians who've decided to make their home here and who have done that to the extent of becoming citizens of the United Kingdom.
The close relationship between Italians and Britons is fortunately a clear example of how collaboration can overcome cultural and geographical barriers. This strong bond is also reflected in the synergies between British and Italian institutions, including the embassy, consulates, cultural institutes, and comites. They work together to promote cultural, educational, and mutual support initiatives.
The relations between the two countries is very, very old, very strong, very profitable. I'm half of both, so I'm half Italian, half British. As always I said, Italy is my mother, Great Britain is my wife, so never ask me who I love more. I think that in the last 200 years, in particular after the Second World War, we proved that the Italian-British culture can create a large fortune for everyone. Marconi is one example.
Trade with Italy is absolutely crucial. Italy is the 10th largest trading partner of the UK. We are also the largest investor into Italy, over 21 billion euros each year, largest investor outside of the EU. So bonds are very, very close. And into this, clearly, comes the embassy, the consulate, and the trade missions. I myself have spent a week in Italy promoting trade, but in turn here, the ambassador is fantastic at connecting our communities, whether it's over iconic items such as food, or trade, or high textiles, or in fact advanced manufacturing. We have approximately 500,000 Italians here in the United Kingdom, and our embassy works very hard for us.
These collaborations are a living testament to a solid and productive bilateral relationship that not only improves the lives of Italian communities in the UK, but also enriches the British social fabric with invaluable cultural diversity.
La relazione fra il Regno Unito e l'Italia era molto molto bella. Adesso forse questa cosa non si può viaggiare così facile come una volta, non si può rientrare facile come una volta, ha fatto un po' di male a tutti di noi.
York is a Roman city, and the city was established in AD 71 when the Roman armies arrived and found that this was a very good place to be, and I'm glad that they did. Because that's where the story of York begins, with the Roman army arriving here in AD 71, and York then became a very important Roman centre. It was the home for a number of Roman emperors. 2 Roman emperors died in this city. One became emperor in the city, Emperor Constantine, and the square just outside of the mansion house here is named after his mother. So you could say there's been a very long collaboration and connection between the city of York and Italy.
Culturally linked to Italy is the Republic of San Marino, which is also present with its institutions on British soil. A small, virtuous republic that also participates in the institutional ties between Italy and the UK.
We have an old agreement that we call a friendly agreement between Italy and San Marino, which makes sure that the Italian institution helps support San Marino wherever San Marino is not present. So in accordance to that, but in particular also with a very strong relationship between San Marino and Italy since 1961, since Italy has been unified, the relationship between the San Marino and the institution of Italy, they are very strong, very friendly. There is a very fruitful cooperation, I would like to say.
The Republic of San Marino has always maintained close ties with both Italy and the United Kingdom, which has provided it with the opportunity to identify areas for improvement in their relationships.
The major point that we should have to improve is the communication between the two countries. There is a very good, when the two culture and the two countries are together, they can create, as I said, as an example like Marconi, that can create a very profitable, large enterprise that they are changing the world, they're changing the fate of the world. But then when they are apart, well, that is when there is no communication, there is no sense of unity or sense of community by the two cultures and the two entities, then create a lot of issues for everyone.
Italians in the UK have brought not only the warmth and charm of their culture, but also the art of fine cuisine and the culinary traditions of Italy's various regions. The passion and innovation of Italian chefs have transformed the British gastronomic landscape, making it a melting pot of culinary experiences and promoting a deeper appreciation for authentic and regional Italian cuisine.
The restaurant, which is often at the very top of the sort of restaurant tables as the TripAdvisor place to go, is not in the centre of York, very much on the outskirts. It's called Buongiorno. And again, family-run Italian restaurant. As I've mentioned, York is a city welcoming millions of visitors. So it won't surprise you that hospitality is right at the heart of our welcome. And without the Italians, we wouldn't be the hospitable place we are to quite the degree.
It's integrated as part of our everyday cooking. I mean, I make pasta at least twice a week. So, I mean, when Italian cooking, when the restaurants first opened, I was quite young in Glasgow. And I remember one or two Italian restaurants popping up and I'm like, oh, what's that? It's a bit strange, let's try it out. And then we'd go, and as soon as you go there, you just fall in love with the food. I mean, growing up, I was traditionally just Scottish cuisine. And as you got older, my parents would never adjust to cooking Italian food. So it was my generation that started to actually cook Italian food when it was easily available on the shelves to buy, and you would just incorporate it in your own cooking. And my son was brought up eating pasta as well, so yeah, we love it.
However, the danger of fake made in Italy products undermines the Italian culinary heritage. The phenomenon represents a growing threat to the authenticity and value of Italian traditions, diluting the cultural richness and artisanal excellence that the brand should guarantee.
Come tanti cibi si propongono in Inghilterra e sono fatto per il gusto inglese, perché il ristoratore non realizza che l'inglese è anche molto colto e molte di queste cose le conosce e sa quando la cosa è buona. E fanno lo sbaglio che, per esempio, fanno la carbonara e ci mettono la panna. È assurdo. Fanno i spaghetti con il pollo, che non esiste proprio. Le pizze con la base sbagliata, dai, diciamo la verità, con la roba cruda che non è cotta. Però ci sono dei posti, anche in Peterborough, dove si può mangiare molto bene, tradizionale, semplice, e quella è la cosa più importante.
Sometimes we do not realize that what we call fake food is just innovation, or it can be just adaptation of what it is in the new culture. That is how the developing of any business is moving on. On the same time, we call a sound of Italy. So that somebody use and call in some products with Grana Padano or Parmigiano Reggiano, and in reality there is nothing at all. That is the fake point. So it is important for a brand as Italy to defend its reputation, in particular for manufacturing in Italy on the proper proceed. That is very important. On the same time, we have to recognize that sometimes can be innovation or adaptation to a different taste, which we have to accept also.
Imaginary bridges between Italy and UK are symbolised through numerous twinning arrangements and cultural exchanges that foster deep connections between cities in both countries. These connections, part of a broader network of over 60 British-Italian city twinnings, encourage exchanges that enhance mutual understanding and cultural appreciation. Examples of these connections are Glasgow and Peterborough, twinned with many Italian cities.
Twinning happened by a previous Lord Provost in 2003. Alec Mawson was the previous Lord Provost then. And I think it was all to do with connections that he had maybe in Barga. Barga's one of the other places that where Glasgow is very connected to. I've heard there are more Glaswegians in Barga than actually in Glasgow, so I'm not sure if that's true. But it's the people from Barga have been coming here, I think, since the 19th century. And I think Archbishop Conti may have came from Barga, so he was one of our Archbishops in Glasgow, so he's one of the people from Barga too. So the twinning is a fabulous thing that we still want to continue, and there's still cultural links going on, every year between us and Turin.
Peterborough è gemellato con parecchie città, Venezia, con Wesen in Germania, Bourges in Francia. Allora dicevo io, perché non è gemellata anche con una città italiana? Allora il comune decise di farlo con Forlì, perché Forlì era già gemellato con Bourges in Francia. Poi c'è stato la provincia di Foggia, voleva fare la carta di amicizia anche con noi. Per me Foggia è quasi casa.
The most direct and immediate way to engage with a different culture is undoubtedly through its language.
The teaching of the Italian language in the British school and academic system represents a cornerstone for promoting Italian culture and facilitating intercultural dialogue.
At the moment, we are in a very peculiar situation for the first time in the history. For example, the Cathedra in Oxford, the Cathedra of Italian, is going to risk to disappear because there is not enough students that they can use that cathedra. There is not a fund for that. So the Italian culture in the United Kingdom, unfortunately, are under very big risk to disappear. For one reason, the major reason is that we do not have enough fund, and the major reason that there is a lot of attention from the Italian community.
On the other hand, the United Kingdom continues to be a popular destination for Italian academics, with up to 6,000 employed in the academic sector as of 2018. This significant brain drain poses a challenge for Italy, as more highly qualified academics and professionals relocate to the UK to advance their careers. While this trend is concerning for Italy, it has resulted in numerous success stories in the UK, where Italians have thrived in research, innovation, and professional development.
We really do need to ensure that we are getting the best to come to the UK and to really see all of their talent. And it starts within the education system to ensure that international students can freely travel to the UK and benefit from the British education, but then also to go on to work across our economy, using their skills and talents to really bring the future of the academia, manufacturing, but also our public services to the fore, and we really do welcome people to come to the country.
Many Italians have distinguished themselves, emerging as icons of excellence and leadership in their fields of expertise. Personalities such as the rector of the University of Glasgow, the head of school at Ulster University, and the director of the National Gallery represent the significant Italian contribution to the British cultural landscape.
Well, the great thing about the United Kingdom is how meritocratic it is. Anybody can rise to positions such as mine, such as leading universities, leading orchestras, leading museums. It's not hard here if you are hardworking and are clear about what you can contribute. What I find exciting in many ways, though, is how much this shows the British appreciation of Italian culture, of Italian ways of thinking, which do, at the end of the day, have just that little extra twist of style to them.
Among the many facets that the Italian community reflects on the British one, and vice versa, one well-defined point remains that unites them both: the future of a country that is home to everyone.
A mio parere l'inglese non rientrerà nell'Europa per un po' di tempo, forse fra 20-25 anni, però nel immediato futuro non ci credo. Però si deve rinegoziare il treaty, il mandato che hanno, perché proprio non funziona.
I believe that there are always going to be enduring elements of Italy in Britain and enduring elements of Britain in Italy. When it comes to exchanges, we start here in London. Beneath our feet, we have a Roman temple, and just over behind me, we have a Roman Colosseum, and that continues for 2 millennia. Also, over in Italy, of course, it was Britain that brought football to Italy. So I believe that the relations are deep and lasting, and despite some small changes to a common market boundary, I believe things are going to go from strength to strength.
Whether we talk about Italians from the ancient Romans or contemporary immigration, Italians will continue to play an important role in the United Kingdom, and despite the challenges, those who wish to make the UK their home will always be welcome.
They are part of the community for however long they are here, no matter their history. It's who they are and what they can bring, and we should celebrate that diversity.
Grazie per fare parte a Ayoub.
Siete benvenuti in Glasgow sempre.